Hello everyone, welcome to episode of the BG Show. I'm here to do a review of episode 5 of The Penguin. I actually posted a review last night and I realized I missed like the biggest scene of the episode. I don't know how. There was some glitch on my app. So I'm doing it again. The scene that I missed, the biggest scene. First, spoiler warning. If you have not watched the episode yet, I'm going to be going right into spoilers. The number one show on TV. It's great so far, so I definitely recommend it. But yeah, I thought Maroney died in prison. He didn't die in prison. There's a huge scene at the end, so I'm going to re-review the episode. Thank you to the person who pointed that out. So yeah, the biggest thing of this episode, I'd say, at the end is Sophia reclassifies herself, going by her mother's name, Gigante, now, and she is going offer Sal Maroney pretty much a truce to kind of end the war between the families. And I guess starting the beginning of the episode, the biggest kind of plot lines. The Maroney family, is very hesitant to do a deal with the Penguin, but they decide to do it anyway to get their son back, and they do get their son back, but Maroney's wife and son get burned alive. It's a pretty brutal scene, and there's a whole shootout. Maroney gets stabbed in prison but survives, and that leads to the scene with Sophia. Sophia, a big episode for her again. I mean, she's going to end up probably being nominated for an Emmy Award or whatever. And there already was talk of her being in the Batman 2 in an expanded role, which is kind of disappointing because I didn't think it was a lock that she was going to survive this season. Now, it seems like we know she is based on that report. But we'll see what happens. She pretty much admits she has this meeting with the family, and she admits that she killed the whole family. It hasn't only been one episode. We're thinking maybe this is a secret that no one's going to know, but she reveals it right away that she killed them, and she plops down all this money on the table and basically says, take this money. And, she makes it known that no one there is a made man. So just like a really good mob scene, this is a really good mob show in general. And another surprising scene. This show, you think, oh, it's going to be boring. What can they possibly do without Batman that's going to make the show good? She shoots him right in the back of the head, Michael Kelly from House of Cards. And so he's off the show. And so now she officially has killed pretty much all the original characters of the family from the first few episodes. I was not expecting that. She makes a truce with the Maroney family. And the end of the episode, the Penguin seems to have a new hideout. And it seems to be like where the trolleys are, which I think he mentions is right near the zoo, which is interesting because if you remember Batman Returns with Danny DeVito, his lair is right under the Gotham Zoo also. And he hooks up all those penguins to the missiles and whatnot. So I have a feeling we're going to see some penguins from the zoo at one point or another. Maybe the last scene, or maybe, I don't know, something is going to happen, but I don't think that's a coincidence. And I just think this show is awesome right now. It's the number one show on TV and streaming across all platforms. I just think I've been thinking this my entire life, and I'm not just saying this. When you take superhero content and you make it legit, you make it good, like the Nolan movies, like this. I didn't like the Batman as much, the movie before this, but a lot of people did. When you take this content seriously, it's really, really good. You think anytime Marvel's taking it seriously, The Winter Soldier, obviously Infinity War and Endgame, Civil War, these movies are always good. They're really, really good. And they're not just good for superhero movies, they're good in general. And I don't understand why studios don't realize this. I mean, how much time, I know the Flash show is good, but how much time have we wasted with DC content on the CW? How many years have we wasted? Literally, and I know they couldn't make shows like this, but when you think about the history of comic book shows, you think of the Hulk, or you think of most of the MCU, even the good movies, they're just seen as goofy. It's very rare we get this isn't superhero content, but I say that because obviously the Penguin is a comic book character. It's rare that we get comic book content, I should say, not superhero, that is serious like this. It's so rare and it's so good, and I just hope they keep doing it. So yeah, really good episode. I mean, other big things that happened, I have notes here. Juice, I forgot his character, but Juice from Sons of Anarchy, his character, I think that's the one plot line that's a little bit weak, is he's just kind of in love with her as the doctor, and kind of this shady doctor following around. It's okay, I'm not going to complain about it, but that's the one plot point I don't love. I like everything else. I think the Penguin's relationship with his mother, I don't know how much, I don't know, I know the Penguin a lot from the Batman comics, but I don't know how accurate that is to his mom. I'm thinking maybe that's just a nod to The Sopranos and Tony's relationship with his mother. it just reminds me of like just a lot of mob content. Even like in Goodfellas, they go home and they eat with Joe Pesci's mom. So I think just having the mom in general is just trying to be like a genuine mob show, and so I think that's good. The relationship with Victor, at first I didn't love that he was a character on the show, but I think it adds a lot to the Penguin's character. And that's why this show is so good, similar to The Sopranos. Is like, on the surface, it's entertaining just to think of the Penguin as a scumbag. But when you really think about his psychology, he's just like an insecure guy who like doesn't ever feel like anyone likes being around him. That's why he likes having Victor around him. That's why he was so offended when Victor wanted to leave, because even though he's like a big mobster, he still has this insecurity about, which is like a common theme in the Batman universe, because Batman has it, the Joker has it. Like, the Joker hates when you say his joke isn't funny. It's as simple as that. The Riddler gets pissed off when you solve his riddle. So they all have like this insecurity about them, even Batman and the villains. But I think it's so good about Penguin. You can clearly tell that he kind of grew up maybe without a father figure, but he likes that Victor, he wants to have this connection with someone that isn't, and he was really offended that Victor felt forced to be around him. So I think adding all these elements around the Penguin makes him a super strong character. And I think the best part about this is seeing the rise of the Penguin is he doesn't have a superpower, right? Obviously, he has he looks like a penguin, obviously, and he's shaped like one, and he kind of has that weird waddle of a walk, and he has the umbrellas that sometimes have, like, poison gas or a gun, but he doesn't have the real superpower. And I think the fact that you're making him the big bad mob boss, you're showing how powerful a mob boss can be, sending Sophia, basically ruining her life, sending her to Arkham. That's a superpower in itself. And a mob boss who's the most powerful person in Gotham is someone who can go toe-to-toe with Batman because he has so much power. So, especially when he has, like, he controls the police, he controls the judges, all of them are corrupt. It makes it extremely hard for Batman to do anything, because even if he catches someone, they get let go. So I think these are all really good elements. I'm really enjoying this show so far. I think we got 3 episodes left. I'm going to try and have a friend on to try and do like a really, really big deep dive. I want to do like longer episodes, but it's tough when it's just me to talk, longer than probably like, 5-10 minutes about it. So I really want to have a discussion with one of my friends who loves the show as well, to just talk about this in the greater DC universe. Thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit subscribe if this is your first time watching my video. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.